haunted house. Beware haunted house. And let's get the music back on. Well, at least it's a horoscope record by a local lady. I don't know if she's still alive. Oh shit.
Hi, this is June Lowe. I have gotten many letters from you as my listeners because you are unhappy because you cannot get through to me. Well, now I have decided
She was a radio personality in Detroit.
an album.
It's a bit clunky, honestly.
And learn is going to happen to you. And in the album, I had mentioned months, so I do hope that you will like it from here on. Aries will have many long-range influences in 1983 that will affect different areas of your chart. A lot of the influences will focus on the marriage area of your chart. Now, it could also mean business partnerships as well. From February until July, you will have many restrictions and decisions, which could be very confusing to you.
Yes.
After July, you will begin to understand why you had to go through those bad times. You will notice people will be more cooperative towards you, especially authority or even your own peers who will be there when you need help. Problems with your marriage will be much better.
Why does she sound like she's from New York?
From February to July 3rd, you will have delays in financial endeavors, or they could be a disappointment in a partner's finances or in what the partner has done. After July 3rd, restraints are gone, and everything will go well. You could have some travel to foreign countries, either in a pleasure way or for business.
For business.
It will be a very inspiring trip to you. You will have broader learning powers. You will become more involved in religion when you get back. You will have definitely progressive ideas in 1983. But between March and August or so, take your ideas and put them on paper and see if they make sense to you. But do not act on them until August.
Yeah, don't act on those.
They will not work out right. Try to curb your impulsiveness. It's very important. Between March the 29th to August, be careful what you invest in. Your financial picture for the year is good if you're careful on how you handle your money. You'll become more mature in this year, and attitudes will be mellower. It's a year of growing, both financially and romantically. Taurus, between March and July, you will have some restrictions upon your desires. You could have losses through your partner's finances, but after this time, you will see the silver lining and you will become very optimistic and your attitudes will change. From May 2nd to September, you could make a few mistakes in judgment, so listen carefully before you take any actions. You must learn this year to keep your emotions separate from your financial endeavors. You will have many chances to change your life to make it exactly what you want it to be. You'll be more contented in this year if you don't try so hard to make it the kind of life you wish. You must be careful.
There's no way that fits in there.
Like overeating or drinking or even food. You
will
have sudden and erratic kind of changes in your life this year, but they will be progressive and not bad. And you could have some opportunities because of this. In February, you will have difficult decisions.
I mean, who allowed this to go on record with her stumbling through these?
Try to find balance in your life this year, and you must use self-discipline to find it. It's a year in which you must find time for recreation and education. You will put all your efforts to change things. These things that you change will bring you great rewards. You must be careful of how you treat your spouse after November. Avoid criticizing or arguments.
Don't criticize her.
If both of you work for the same goal, you will have much affection, loyalty, and much devotion from your spouse.
If you don't,
be careful of things at work. Very definitely try to mind your own business and don't let anybody else involve you in situations where you do not belong. Gemini, the most important part of your chart for 1983 concerns marriage and business partnerships.
Business
From
partners.
November 28th until July the 30th, you could feel some emotional restrictions. You could be feeling very restless and as if someone is trying to repress you. Now, this could bring a very bad problem in your marriage.
Does that go there? That's a motherfucker if I ever saw one.
Now, I'm sure that you don't want to do this, so very definitely try to control this positive spirits in yourself. But apply it to work instead of to the shall we say, running out and seeing who else is out there. Now, this year you will not be very relaxed, so you will have to find time for relaxation. If you do not, you will be running on nervous energy. So this year will be one of growing and getting more optimistic viewpoints. You will also have extremely good financial situations, and work will be abundant for you as long as you sort of like control your own actions, because for the first time in your life, you will have so many opportunities that you don't know which one to take first. Now, you don't want to make any kind of mistakes, so very, very definitely sort of like sit there and think, okay, do I want this or do I not want this? And then go from there. There will be many challenges and problems for you to deal with, but don't worry, because they will go away as quickly as they come. You will have many unfortunately, many accident-prone months, shall we say, in the next year. So you must watch yourself, especially where electrical things are concerned. If you're going to fool around with something electric, make sure that it's unplugged. Now, at this time, too, there's all kinds of progressive ideas in your head. There's all kinds of things you've been wanting to do for a long time and didn't know exactly how to go about them. Now, this is the year to do it. This is the year to just sort of like throw caution to the wind to a certain degree. Now remember, I said before, don't be too impulsive, but still, you definitely throw caution to a certain degree. You will sort of like improve in your way of living. Your life patterns will definitely change. You'll become more tolerant of other people and more interested in what. Donate $10 million
right now.
Very good this year.
I'm closing down this broadcast.
Meet this person that you've been waiting for a long time. If you are married, that's a little bit different.
Make it 10 trillion, so I don't ever have to work in any lifetime.
Expansion, growth, affection,
Get her done.
Romance is the future for you, and very, very, shall I say, a different Gemini will come out of 1983.
The fuck is Matt?
The main focus of 1983 will be your.
My name's Matt.
From March 28th until
The hell's Matt?
You have many disappointing things happening to you. You can have a terrible feeling of being unable to accomplish your goals.
Your goals.
However, if you try to keep your spirits,
but if you do,
goals that you wish to, at the end of the year,
this lady's just bumbling through these horoscopes.
What you call very moody, very much so. You will have periods of time where you could sort of like just bite anybody's heads off that's in your way.
Heads off? How many heads do people you know have?
Far away from you.
Far away. And you got multiple heads.
You can have a problem with employers or employees.
Employers. A lot of them. Employers. This is going right there, isn't it?
Now, you must have, and there's no question about this, enough rest and relaxation.
So that's got to be there.
And you have to have some kind of an intelligent exercise program, which means you must not overdo it. You can't go into something like aerobics and think, well, it's going to be just absolutely fantastic, and wear yourself out, because it's a year of bad
Yeah.
So you have to follow your own feelings and your own body. Let your body tell you when to stop exercising and when to start. Now, this year will also be one of many, many ways of making money. You will be very creative and listen to your creative ideas, because you can make money with them. And I mean a lot of money.
A lot of money.
Listen to your hunches this
I'm
year.
going to.
They are telling you exactly which road to go on. Now, people.
Where the hell is this?
Will sort of like change. You will make new friends, and other
Make a new friends.
Will be sort of like a very good help.
Barry Goldwater?
Vibrations from other people also.
What do you think?
Is this particular year? So you must listen to your little hunches about people, and that way.
Is that between the skeleton's leg?
You will have much fulfillment in doing things like
Can't be.
work, like in a hospital.
Fuck is this?
Or going, even working for a politician, sort of like in the neighborhood. In fact, you will find it extremely, shall we say, challenging. And you'll have a sort of
challenging. Maybe she just stutters.
A year of good romance, definitely good financial situations, but it is not good for your health, and it is not good for, shall we say, saying wrong things to wrong people at the wrong time. So you must be careful. in your communications with people this year, and especially if it deals with brothers or sisters or relatives. And if you do this, you will have a very good future. Remember,
Very good future.
1983 means that you must forget about the past and you must look to the future because Cancer has a terrible, terrible way
Mm.
of hanging on to things that are too negative sometimes, and this could keep you from getting and reaching the goals that you wish to. So just remember my words and push yourself full force ahead and never mind the past.
Where the hell is this from?
Leo, you are under very
Leo.
intense influences this year, and the changes that will occur this year will seem to you that 1983 is not going to be a very good year. While this is not true, it will be like that at the beginning of the year, but not at the
I
end.
don't know.
Now, I
I
will
don't
go
see
into it a
what
little
this
more
is.
deeper. For one thing, marriage things are not good at all. Now, single relationships happen to be much better than marriage things. So that would mean that you're going to have to watch if you want your marriage to keep together. Watch that you don't do anything to confuse your partner or make your
Maybe it's
partner
part of the
think that you
roof.
don't care. Now,
Is that
children
part of that
like
roof?
that also in this year could be very troublesome, and they also can cause
Yes.
a problem for you
It's
between
part of
your
that
spouse
roof. So
and you, of course. So you must keep your cool. Your emotions will go up and down like an elevator. So you're going to have to
like an
try to get
elevator.
your
Oh
emotions
no.
in line with your mind, which is very hard to do sometimes.
Not
So you have to
really.
sort of like sit down and say to yourself, "Am I thinking this or am I feeling this?" And if you do that, you will definitely not make any mistakes in that area of your in the area of
None.
emotions. Now, you can be very indecisive, and that's not really like you this year. Leo always knows where they want to go, but this year they're not going to know. There will be many, many opportunities for you to grasp onto. So be sure you get the right one. Don't make a mistake and go to the wrong one, which you could do this year, very definitely. You have
Not shockingly, this is not going to connect to anything right now.
especially the summer months will improve in every way,
What
not
is
only
this?
the financial.
Get the
It will
fuck
be
out of
better
my
for
life.
love in a marriage situation. It definitely will be better
Get
for
out of here.
any kind of traveling you wish to do, any kind of
Get out of here.
consultations that you wish to make so for instance, to your boss or to someone else who you want to go
Get
into
out.
a business with, or anything in the area of sort of like earning money. Now, in 1983, you will find that you're sort of like changing a great deal as far as your optimism is concerned. You're going, like I said before, going up and down in an elevator. In the summer, that will not change. So you're going to have to get used to that. You're going to have to sort of like work with it and let your depression help you instead of hurt you. You must become more realistic. You must face your problems as they are. And sometimes this is very hard to do. But in with Leo, Leo is a very gregarious and
Leo.
outgoing sign. This year, you will not be that gregarious. You will sort of like want to hang back away from people, to sort of like go in a little room and lick your wounds. Very definitely. So you're going to have to force yourself to get out with people because it's not good for you to do that. Not at all. This sign does not work very well without love and
If
attention.
that goes there,
So you must
I
find ways to
doubt
get
it.
it, even if you have
No.
to go to lunch with people you don't even like. Let's put it
What?
that way, okay?
Go out to lunch with someone you can't stand, buddy.
Is one that you will not be able to handle if you don't
Alright, what's this?
understand on inside. And that's why I'm explaining it so greatly to you. There will be many
That's the top.
responsibilities in your home this year.
That's the
And
fucking
there will
top.
be someone who is older, like a senior citizen, who will require your services, shall I
No.
say. You have to be ready and willing and able to do whatever they wish you to do. Now, you may be angry at it, but still do it because it will give you a very good feeling inside. Because I have to say, this year you have not had too many good feelings. Now, as we go into November and December of 83, things will change greatly. And that's when your emotions, shall we say, you will be able to control much better than you have been able to in the past months. So there are many rewards waiting for you. There's good financial
I think there's something
situations.
that goes on
The only
top there.
problem that you do have are
What's
these
this, huh?
dramatic changes that sometimes you have control over and sometimes you do not.
That's gotta go there. Does it? What the fuck is this?
Virgo,
No.
the emphasis for 1983 is definitely upon your nerves. You will be so nervous you will not be able to know what to do with yourself. You will have to find things to do. If you do not work, you'll go out and find a part-time job if you don't want a full-time one. You will perhaps go out and find some kind of volunteer work or even find a hobby for you to get interested in, or go to school. But you are going to have to keep your mind busy in order to live in 1983. Now, once you do get started in a job, you will find you're really putting your nose to the grindstone because you are feeling much better with it. Your energies are sort of like being used. Now, you can't do that, okay? Not all the time. Working is not good for you all the time. So take a little day here and a little day there just for yourself.
Just a little day.
Now, there are many, many advantages.
That one's going up there.
Potential in the year of 1983. So if you already have a career, well, definitely start pushing for what you want. And the most important thing to remember is that you have something to sell. Now, Virgos have a tendency to be extremely, shall we say, they have inferiority complex. Now, you can't use that this year. You have to forget that. And you go in and you tell them, I know what I'm doing. I know how to do it. And I'm very good at what I do.
I'm gonna do it too.
You will get what you want in this year. Now, you will find that your sense of humor is going to be needed in this particular year, very much so. You're going to look at your own home and not recognize it. You're going to look at your own people around you and not recognize it. It's sort of like hard to believe and hard to understand. But it's nothing like a feeling of loneliness. And you're not going to know what to do with this feeling. How are you going to be not lonely when there are people there and you're still lonely? So you're asking yourself these questions. And what am I doing here? Looking at this play that's going on in front of me, and it's my own life. So what do I do with it? Well, as I said before, the only thing you can do with it is to keep your mind occupied. This is one of the most important things in the whole chart for the year of 1983. Because Virgo is a sign that is very much influenced in their physical.
It's right by the skeleton.
So you do not want to get sick in the year of 83. So you have to keep yourself together in every single facet of your life. If your family wants to interfere into your life, this is the first time in your life where you'll have to say no.
That's it there, right there.
This particular time to say. So you're going to have to school yourself starting right at the beginning. Now, romance for the first time in a long time for Virgos will be very good. Now, marriage, no. There could be some problems in marriage in this particular year because, as I told you, you are the one that is at fault. You are the one who is feeling lonely. You are the one who is feeling discontented.
Can't be fucking
So
right.
that is why it's so important.
Or can it be? It is.
Besides just feeling sorry for yourself, because this could be a year of just that, feeling sorry for yourself. Now, traveling would be a very good thing for you to do in 83. Take maybe a couple of weekend jobs and one long one that would keep you away from the home at least 2 weeks. And in that way, you will see your life at a different perspective when you come back. So Virgo does not have a good year in 1983. The only way they do have a good year is in financial. Your money will go up and up and up, but what's money if you don't have emotional happiness? And there's one thing that you must really not look for. It's sort of like just expect that you're going to work this
year. You have a shitty year, but you better work towards it.
And work.
June, that was a very bad forecast for their life. Comes Libra.
Libra. Now, last year and the year before as well was sort of like the worst years you will ever have again. I'm very glad to say that for the next really 4 years ahead, Libra has an absolutely fantastic time. Number one, the first thing will be financially. You had many, many financial losses in the past year. You could have even had a loss perhaps in a person. That could mean a person might have passed away or perhaps moved away, someone that you were very, very fond of. Now, you can have misunderstandings, though. I will have to say this, especially with brothers and sisters in this particular year, but they will go away very, very fast. They will not stay there. In other words, it will be a fleeting misunderstanding. Now, all of the bad things that happened to you in the past few years, you'll sort of like forget as the year goes on. When you get into July, that's when you're really going to see the great things that the world has for you in the next few years. The restrictions that you had in the past few years will definitely go away. Any kind of goal you wish to reach or any kind of new ideas you wish to go after, will work for you for the first time. In fact, so much so, you will have a hard time believing it or waiting for something around the corner bad to happen because, hey, this can't happen to me. These are the kind of things.
Bullshit, it can't.
Now, the only thing you have to watch out for is you will still have to watch out for your health. Now, Saturn has removed itself from your sign, so it's not as bad as it was in 1982. But in 1983, Pluto is still there to sort of like make your health a little bit bad. It's only things dealing with your stomach. It's nothing bad. It could be like a little bit of an ulcer.
Nothing bad, just an ulcer.
Just that some foods do not agree with you, so I would suggest that you do not eat foods that are very spicy. Now, you will not be able to talk yourself out of a lot of feelings that you have had out of the past, too. And we cannot have bad years without feeling the aftermath of it. So you still will have depressions now and then, but they will not be as often as they were before. And first thing you know, as we get into March, then you will see your depressions are being there less and less each day. Now, as we go on, Libra has a very good time in 1983 for one thing, romance. That was a problem, I have to say, in the past couple of years. Wow, there just wasn't any. What can I tell you? Now it's much, much better. You will be looking for balance and you will find it. And as you go along, you will be able to see what you are accomplishing. That's very important for you too. Because if you work at something and work at it and you don't see what you're doing, well, then you won't work at it anymore. Your nerves are going to calm down. They were very bad. Now, communications of any kind, that would mean foreign communications, out of town or whatever, happens to be very good now. So if you wish to apply for a job out of state, you should definitely do that in 1983 because you will get the job, very much so. You will become very assertive and you will become very honest and you will not be as gullible as you were before. That is one problem that poor Libra does have. They're too gullible and will believe just about anything anybody tells them. But not in 1983. You have help with that for a change. There will be much to do this year, and your family will try to hold you back. You must not allow them to do that because this is your year. It's your year to enjoy, and you have new beginnings to enjoy. So do not let even the closest of relatives sort of like tell you, advise you, or want you to do what they want you to do. You definitely go on your own road and
You go, girl.
weigh, analyze, and make sure of which road you want to take, and then go ahead because everything is open. Very much so. Scorpio. You must
Hey, Scorpio.
financial reverses at the beginning of the year. But that will only last to the beginning of March. And then you will go into such a good time as far as financial things are concerned. You will have a hard time believing this. Now, Scorpio is at a time where you have to sort of like choose. You have to choose between being a person who is within themselves, like Scorpios usually are, or going out and sort of like fighting very hard for what you want. Now, I hope that you make the correct decision, which will be to go out and fight very hard, because you will have much luck in that area. People who work for large corporations or hospitals or institutions will definitely be very interested in you in the next year, which means you could get a job in any one of these
Get these
places,
fucking
even
pieces
though
off here.
they choose to do this. Do not lend any money to anyone this year. And if you have to have a loan for anything, really kind of think twice before you go after it, because you may never want to be refused or you may have a hard time paying it back. So it's very important that you make sure that the amount of the payment is something you can afford. Now, also in 1983, you will find that you will have many insecurities, and one of them will be about your own self. Another one will be, about, of course, about your financial endeavors for the year. Now, after the summer months are over, you will get into such a good financial picture. All those worries will sort of like just go out of your life. Health-wise, you must be careful in the year of 1983. All during the whole time, be sure you take vitamins. Be sure you do not overindulge in anything. And this particular sign has a problem sometimes with when they get upset. They either eat too much or drink too much. So in the year of 83, they cannot do this because it definitely will affect them physically if they do. Now, 83 is a year of some sort of like what you would call restrictions to a certain point. One of them will be in getting along with other people. You will find yourself sort of like being forced to situations you do not want to be forced into. Do not let anybody do that to you. No one, because it's not fair. Another thing too, all your parents or children, if you have children, will all of a sudden
Heard of a bat.
like a burden
she just say your children?
money, but you must not give it to them because this is not a year for you to be throwing your money away. Very definitely not. Now, romance is finally picking up for this particular sign. You've had a very bad time with it. In fact, it's almost been what you call nil. And some Scorpios in the past years lost their spouses or boyfriend, girlfriend, such as the case may be. Now, this is the year where romance is around the corner. And the person you've been looking for a long time will be there. And you could sort of like go down that very important aisle.
Important.
Your image will be much better as you get into November of the year of 1983.
Hey, look.
Look at yourself in the mirror and you will say, hey, I'm not so bad. I definitely
I'm
know
not a piece of
how to do my
garbage.
work. I look good, I feel good, and I deserve to be here, shall we say, okay?
Yes.
And you will make changes in your career
Okay.
this year. And do not be afraid to
No, I
make these
won't.
changes because they will be exactly what you want. You know, it's a year that you can make your hopes and your dreams and your wishes work for you. If you keep on it. Now, there's nobody out there who's going to push you. You have to push yourself. And this is a year in which you can accomplish anything you wish to if you do that. The only dangers that as I have told you, are to your health. As long as you keep that together, there's nothing.
As long as you don't die, you're
in
gonna
1983.
get your dreams.
Sagittarius, the accent for the year of 83 is on new beginnings and a new you. But be careful that you do not make the new you someone that other people will not like. Be careful that you're not acting too fast and too impulsively. Be cautious, and that is not like Sagittarius, so it's going to really take a lot of your willpower to do that.
That's fucking not even
Take
close,
one thing
buddy.
at a time to reach your goals. Don't try to do it all in one day. Now, Sagittarius is going into a time of being restless and discontented, and you will not like perhaps where you're living. That could even mean the state, the city, or whatever, or even the house in which you're living in. So you will look for something new and something different. Now, because you're looking for something new and something different, it could also apply to people. Now, you would not want to, of course, end a marriage just because you need something new. So be very careful in that area in this particular year. Now, not only marriages, but also relationships with family, which could mean that all of a sudden there could be a very large argument where you could have nobody is speaking to anybody. Now, that would be a little bit unnecessary if you ask me. So be very careful that
I
this does
agree.
not occur because it will be your fault. You will have many temptations in the year of 1983 that will sort of like come in front of you. Now, it is up to you how you take these temptations and how you handle them. If you handle them right, then you can make them work for you. If you handle them wrong,
Where's this tree
then you
go?
almost be
Get over
your
here.
life by the end of the year. So it's kind of a funny kind of a year for you. You have it
Very
in your
funny.
own hands to do with it as you wish. And if you use it the wrong way, the wrong things will happen. You can have all kinds of freedom if you wish to in 83, as long as you use that freedom to do things in a progressive way. Now, as far as work is concerned, it will be there. Even if you're not looking for it, it will be there. Opportunities will present themselves in many, many ways. But again, we go back to hurting somebody else by taking your opportunities, because that is very important to remember this year. And it's sort of like the focus of your whole life at this particular time, because if you do push people away, they will not return. Now, financial success,
You're gonna miss him.
again, it's up to you. Because you can make financial success in what you're doing
No,
now,
not even
or
close.
find something else, maybe a business that you want to start. And there again, you can make financial success. Romantic success is again up to you. If you want to go with one person, then very definitely it will work out for you. If you do not, then definitely do not get somebody involved in it that you could hurt. Right away tell them you do not wish to be committed at this particular time. And in that way, they already are aware of what your intentions are, and they cannot complain.
I mean, they can complain if you're a piece of shit.
Very prominent in your chart this year, especially automobiles. Now, in your particular case, it is automobiles. So I would not like to see you driving too fast or driving a motorcycle. And I would not like to see you either
A motorcycle.
going out to racetracks or maybe New Jersey or Las Vegas.
New Jersey.
A lot of money into something that you're not going to get back. So really, Sagittarius, this year is up to you. You have it in your own hands. You can make it get one of those.
You can fuck it all up. Trust you, Sagittarius.
Capricorn. The first part of the year,
There
you
we
find
go.
you searching for who you are. And that is sort of like the thing that's going to happen.
Gotta be honest, if you don't know who you are,
As far as that concerned.
just give
You're
up.
going to be looking for you. Now, sometimes that's, you think that's easy? Oh, no. Absolutely not.
Doesn't mean you're gonna win, but if you don't know who you are, just shut the fuck up about anything.
Confusion is one of the things the Capricorn has to watch out for. So here you are, going inside of yourself and soul searching. And what are you finding? You're finding nothing. And you're saying, oh, there has to be something to me. So I had to look a little deeper. And when you look a little deeper, what do you find? Somewhat of a selfish person. Okay, then you don't like that. So because you don't like it, you will definitely change it. And that's the kind of year you're going to have. Changing you. And definitely it will be to the favorable. When 1983 is over, you will be a new person and one who people will like and one who people will want to see more and definitely more spiritual. You can sort of like acquire your hopes, dreams, and wishes this year, especially in the area of finances. Capricorn is already a sign that knows how to handle money. I don't have to tell you how to do it, you already know how.
Yes, you do, Capricorn.
You will have,
That's not gonna fit there.
will make money for you without doing too much work, although you are not afraid of work and you have never been. But this year you won't have to work that hard. You definitely will have a more assertive year as well. You will become very, shall we say, interesting because of the assertiveness, because I have to say, in all honesty, sometimes Capricorn can be just a little bit boring. This year you will not be. People will take notice of you, and especially the opposite sex. It's a very good year for romance. It's one of the best that Capricorn has had for a long time. Now, health-wise, it is not good, and you will have to be careful. Now, this will only apply to March, and after March, your health will go up in leaps and bounds. You have had a few little problems with perhaps, hair things. Okay, now that sounds kind of funny, but it is. Your hair could be a little bit stubborn. After March, that will also get a lot better. And for
This is awfully jumbled.
Maybe not a man, but a woman definitely would not like their hair being stubborn and not going the way they want it to go. Now, I would not like to see you slip back into your own insecure ways. And with this sign,
Oh, man.
you have to be this social person, this humorous person. Keep going for the rest of the year. Now, business enterprises are very good for you in 1983, and they will all be successful.
All of them?
Is apply yourself. And,
you got nothing to worry about, baby girl. It's all going to be successful.
In the way of business, that people will sit down and actually listen to what you have to say and be impressed by what you have to say. Because sometimes this is not the case. You sit there and talk and no one listens. Well, not in the year of 1983. You become a very charismatic, very, shall I say, powerful figure. So use that. And don't go back into that little shy, withdrawn Capricorn. It's a very good year for you, Capricorn. So definitely use it to the best abilities that you know how.
Yeah. Sounds great.
Aquarius. Now, the first part of the year will find you sort of like unable to make decisions. Now, this is not usually.
It looks like that piece there, for sure.
Behavior sometimes.
What the fuck are you doing?
But here you're sitting worrying. Why can't I make my mind up on what I want to do? Don't worry about it. Just wait, and finally the decisions will make up themselves, and they will be to your advantage.
Yes.
There will be many, many challenges in the year of 1983, and they will all be very interesting challenges to you. You will have education on your mind. It will be a very good time for you to go back to school. And I do not care how old you are. You are never too old to learn.
Yes, you
will
are.
find yourself more interested in the things of like what I'm doing, astrology, the occult. And if you wish to take any kind of courses in that, it would be a very good time to do so. Now, I would not like to see you take any risk with money, though, not until after August. And that's when you can go into a higher and bigger investment processes if you wish to do that. A very good investment for Aquarius definitely are things dealing with air. Now, that could mean if you have to put money into airplane stocks.
Airplanes.
Okay, that's the only thing I can think of right now. Right now, very definitely in the year of 83.
Okay, what about this?
So mold it to your advantage. Pick it up and say, I'm going to make this year work for me. For the past 4 4 years, Aquarius has sort of like had a few little tragic things happen.
About
They have
this.
had perhaps a couple of deaths in the family, and
I'll
also
say
perhaps
yes right there.
a feeling of apathy within themselves. Now this year,
That's
that
too
apathy
fucking.
is going to go away, and you will start caring for you as a person. You'll have many
Right
original
there.
ideas. Do not be afraid to approach people with these ideas because they will also think they're very good and original, and you'll have great success and earn a great deal of money with them. Now, romance things for the sign of Aquarius are just blossoming out like you can't believe, and I would say it's about time because they had a very bad time for the past 4 years in this area. You'll also become involved with groups, organizations. Now, if you do this, you will definitely like it, not only like it, but you will find a great deal of satisfaction in what you're doing. And you'll become prominent in your community because of it. This year is a year where you could be, how should I say, Aquarius all the time wants attention. They want to leave their little mark in this world. They do not want to die, and they have nobody know they've been here. Well, this is the year when you can let people know that you're here. And if you wish to make any kind of moves to another state, any kind of moves to another country, 1983 would be the good year to do that. Because wherever you go, the success will follow you. Your health there's nothing bad with it that I can see right now. But you, like some other signs,
He's
unfortunately,
really kicking my ass.
will have to watch out for unexpected
Just don't
things.
see this.
And you could have some problems happen to you out of the blue after or between August and the beginning of November.
I would say
They will
there.
be very fleeting and they will not hurt you that bad. But they could just throw you off just a little bit. Now I'm telling you this so you will not be
Maybe
thrown
that is
off
there.
and say, okay, that's going to be just like
Yeah,
the
that
way she
was.
said, a little bit here and it's going to be gone tomorrow. So take your life in your hands, Aquarius.
Then that's
And do
budding
with it as you wish.
into
And if you
the
take the right steps, there's no way you
haunted
can't go.
house. Is that really that?
Now, Pisces, you
Pisces.
have a very, very hard year ahead. One that's going to be hard in nerves. There's no question. For emotions, your emotions are going to be here and there and everywhere. You're not going to be able to put them in one place. You're not going to know how you
Alright,
feel.
time to move this bullshit so I can get this puzzle situated.
You're not going to know if you want to uncommit yourself to someone. You're not going to know exactly what you feel at all. You're going to be that confused. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to force yourself to be less of a dreamer and more of a realist and listen to your own self inside. Listen to your feelings, listen to your hunches. If your hunches are telling
Listen to
you
your heart.
well then quit acting stupid. And that's about the best way I can tell you how to handle these feelings. Now I like to tell you that these feelings are going to go away completely, but they
Oh,
are not.
why?
You also have to be very careful of being, well, shall we say, procrastinating. You could start leaving things for tomorrow. Well, you must not do that now because all these
Alright,
things
we
become
gotta move some of these
you
over.
will not be able to get anything done. The good thing that's happening with this sign is financial things. Creative endeavors are very, very good this year. If you work in any kind of
Is
creative
this?
field, you will make money with it. Now, this is where your
Tis.
idealistic part of your character will pay off. So very definitely follow any
Very
kind of creative
definitely.
ambition you have.
Very
Now,
definitely.
your inner self is not going to be in tune with anybody else's inner self this year. So you might find yourself not liking the same kind of people you liked before. You're getting tired of the superficial kind of people. You want to meet and go around, or rather be around people who have depth. That is the best way to say so.
Fuck out
You
of
are
there.
not getting religion. That's not what I'm talking about. You're getting
Here,
spiritual.
don't worry, you're still an atheist heathen.
That there are other things in the world besides money, and there are other things to think about besides money. Now, public opinions of you are very important this year, and they will be good as long as you keep your emotions so you're not moody. Now, that's one thing that Pisces really has a problem with. They really do not want to be moody, but they are. And their moods run from 1 minute to the next.
You fucker.
1 minute they could be really in a good mood. The next minute they just are down in the dumps. This is what will
This
happen
fucking puzzle.
unless you control it yourself. And there's no reason why you cannot. That's all you have to do is keep yourself occupied in the thing that you like best. Now, romance for this sign is one area that's really shining in this particular chart of Pisces for a change. It has not been that good in the past years. So just go out there. If you're not married, go out and find someone, and you could be married. If you don't want to get married, don't go out and find anybody. It's as simple as that. You will find yourself visiting hospitals a great deal in this year, or institutions of some kind. Now, institutions are like post offices; those are classed as government buildings. So any government building is classed as a institution. Now, it doesn't mean a jail. I want you to know that, right? You'll find yourself maybe you have someone sick, or maybe you're doing some business in this
Look
area.
at this.
But I do see this happening.
We've combined the two, I think.
There are many.
No, we did not.
Going to have to make. You cannot put them
I
on the
think.
spot and say, "Well, I'm going to make that decision tomorrow." They will be there, and you will have to take care of them. And unfortunately, this year will force you to. Your health will improve greatly. You will become sometimes a little bit jittery, but it will not be from a physical thing. It will be from an emotional thing. So if you control the negativity in your own self, this year could be one of the best years of your life. The only problem is, how do you control your sensitivities? I don't know. That has got to be up to you. So you take your life and you make it as you wish. It could be the best year or the worst, depending upon how you handle it. With this album, what I'm trying to do is try to explain just exactly what's happening in every side of the cell, what's going on inside of you, what's going on as far as financial are concerned. And very definitely, I want you to understand that everything that happens to you is your fault. But then again, there are things that happen to you that you can control. And those I have pointed out. So you see, you can take your own life and make it into a positive thing instead of a negative thing, if you will pick out the positive parts of it. And I want you to listen to this over and over again, and then pick up the positive and go from there and let go of the negative. And if you do this, this will make me very happy, and I will feel I have accomplished something.
Time is at 2:42. There's a piece right there. It's fuck. Pieces are missing. Is this a bat again? Say so. Yes. The hell's on her head anyway? It's a witch's hat. What's this doing down here? Get out of here. Hell is this? Does it go there? It does. It's too blue. Where's that bat at? That bat is right up there in the tree. That one's already there. Where is he? Nope, there's the one there. And there's one over his shoulder. Maybe it goes here. No, it doesn't go there. Darker color right there. So that would mean that one should be to the right of the skeleton. Still having trouble finding the stuff that goes right between the skeleton's legs, these windows. There's that, but then it goes up there. Where's this? This window. There's no way it goes there. That one's there. That one's got to go over here somewhere. You go there. You do go there. So big is this bat? Where's those eyes I saw? Bats above this. This fucking dog is outside at 3 a.m. barking. Rude. Far is that skeleton from there? It's above him. It's got to be like right there. If that's even the right piece. Looks to be the right piece. Far as the bat from that roof, he's right under it. Does that go there? Be helpful. It does not. Or does it? I'm going to say no. I don't think that's that. What the fuck is this? Is that upside down? Kind of looks like it. But then that wouldn't go there. Where would it go? Over here? That's That's that. That's that. Go somewhere right there. I think. I don't think so, actually, now that I look at it. I don't think it can go there. No, it doesn't go there at all. Say it goes on the other side of this wall completely. Or am I wrong? Might go right there. View. How about this? How about you go right there? Yeah. Sounds about right then. So that means that's going up there. Goes there. So that's got to come down here. Eventually, it's all going to tie in. But this goes like that. Or does it? It would seem it does. It's not going. That goes there. And where the fuck does this go again? Not there. That goes on that roof. I said before. Colors that. It's got to go over there somewhere. Right, stomach. There? No. Look all the way. Go off the stop.